I remember watching a lot of videos about meditation and how they would explain meditation as being still or being there in the moment, in the present moment, and just letting your thoughts pass you by without judging them. And it's an easy concept to grasp. It is hard to do at the beginning, but you kind of understand that. But I heard an explanation somewhere that you are not your thoughts and you are not your emotions, and that you are simply a witness to them. It's like I visualize that as you're here in your physical form, but above you or behind you is the seat of your mind where you're actually thinking from, and you're observing everything, and you're observing yourself and your thoughts and your emotions. And this video is called "You're Not Your Emotions" because that's something I've learned recently, that your emotions don't define you and your thoughts don't define you. And I was gonna title the video that "Emotions Change Like the Weather" or something like that, because you really you really can't control your emotions. And people argue that you can, and I think in general you can control emotions, but that's a different topic. But you know what I think it is. I think it's your emotions come and go at random. You feel emotions at random, but how you react to them is what you can control. And so if you react to a certain emotion in a way that you want to, that makes you think like you're controlling your emotions when you're actually not. You're just controlling how you react to your emotions. So with that explanation, your emotions aren't determined by anything really. It's just like things happen that you don't know. Like there are factors in the way that you're sitting, or the way that the wind blows, or the way that how bright your light is, or factors that don't make any sense. And that's what it is, because emotions really don't make any sense, and you witness them, and you have to not judge them. Just like in meditation, you witness your emotions and you let it happen. You don't judge them, and you react to the emotions in the way that you want to react, if you do want to react to them. And I think this is in tandem with the idea of being conscious and being present and being aware of everything, all those words and everything. It's really just being able to see what you're feeling and what you're thinking without inserting yourself in there, or without like forcing yourself to think another way. Because I think definitely the wrong approach is trying to force an emotion, or trying to force yourself to feel something, or trying to subvert an emotion forcefully, when you can't really do that. So what are you supposed to do when you feel things? I didn't think of that for this video. I don't know. My past, I remember in a past video I mentioned the idea of like the universe gives you things, and maybe if I were to relate that idea to this, I could say that the universe makes you feel emotions, rather than the universe. If you don't want to sound like hippie-ish, like certain things that you don't know are making you feel emotions, because whatever reasons that we can't identify, right? And the problem isn't the emotions that you're feeling; it's just how you feel and how you react to that. The past few days, I've been doing more of the things that I want to do. Been reading, journaling, practicing music, learning a language, everything. And I feel more conscious, and I feel more present and aware. And with that, I feel like I see my emotions approach me, and I know exactly what it it's like and what exactly it feels like. I don't know why it's there, and that doesn't matter. But just knowing what you're feeling is good. And I think part of being conscious is having a very good radar for what you're currently feeling and how you want to react to what you're feeling. It's another thing to know why you're feeling something. And to do that, I think you'll just need to do a lot of journaling, a lot of introspective thought, and a lot of ruminating on different things in your life that could cause you to feel a certain way. But this whole video is just explaining that you need to have a level of detachment from what you feel and what you think, because I've said it a million times already, you can't control that. And it would be wrong to find what makes you feel that, I think, or try to control the source of your emotions, because that's an impossible thing to find. That's a lot of your emotions boil down to a million different things that don't really correlate, don't make sense, that just exist because they exist. And your emotions exist because they exist. Your emotions, it's like I'm twisting my words just trying to explain it. But what I am trying to say is, when you separate your thinking and your feelings, then you can just navigate your inner dialogue, your inner monologue, and your actions, your thoughts a lot better. Mind and heart is kind of an easy way to visualize it without all this complicated stuff I'm saying. Your heart feels and your mind is over it and thinks. And being conscious is just that, you know. It's a very simple thing, and I'm trying to think of ways to explain it more, but I don't even know what I wanted to say in this video. It's just a thought, and it's the original title for the video is like emotions are like the weather, because some days are sunny, some days are raining, and instead of complaining about, oh, it's raining, oh, it's sunny, you just go outside with an umbrella or go outside with the appropriate things that you need for that weather, because you adapt to that. And I think when you live in this approach where you're adaptive to your emotions, and when you can identify what you're feeling and you can identify how to react appropriately to that, then you're rational and you're more mindful. That's one thing. You're more conscious and you're more aware of what you feel and how you're supposed to react to them. And in different situations, you feel different things. Different situations, you have to do different things. And the more wide your eyes are to those things, the better a radar you have for those kinds of things. And it's just so much easier to live life. And I realized that because even just being around my friends back then, when I was hanging out with them, I used to have so much random thoughts, but I knew that from experience that if you just talk about random things with your friends, it just doesn't go well sometimes, and you get really stupid. But just, you talk to yourself a lot more, and when you confront your emotion, when I confront my emotions now, I'm just like, I kind of talk with myself, or I have a conversation with what I think the emotion is. Like, sometimes I feel like I have another personality, which is the emotion, and another personality, which is the rationality or the mindfulness. And when you kind of talk with yourself that way, you can kind of learn a lot of things about yourself. And you talk to yourself like you don't talk to anyone else. It's a very different kind of dialogue. And you learn a lot of things from that. And I wish I could have a camera in my head to record those conversations, or a voice recorder, because some of those things I say to myself I can't even remember, but I know they meant something. And I think when you're continually having this conversation with yourself, you're always digging for new ideas and new discoveries that reveal more of your character and reveal why you're having those emotions. And maybe the bigger goal in consciousness is identifying why you have emotions and why you don't need them, or why they're unnecessary, or why they're just a part of life and you can't do anything about them. And I think when I have this approach to thinking and to feeling, like, my feelings don't really matter, because everything in this world is supposed to make you feel something, and that matters. But sometimes you feel something and you don't do anything about it, then what's the point, you know? If I feel an emotion and I don't react to it, then why did I even have the emotion? It must be telling me something, you know? But yeah, I think that's about all I want to talk about. I mentioned rationality a few times. I think my next video will be about rationality, because I've also thought about new things about rationality and being aware of everything separate from this topic. But I think I did just want to express this because I've been thinking about this always, and I think people notice I have this kind of way of being secluded into myself, where I'm feeling sadness or I'm feeling anger, and I just don't express it, and I have fun talking to that emotion inside of my head. And that's an interesting thing to do if you're feeling strong emotions and you just let them sit inside of you without letting it burn, or without minding it. Your emotions are a fire within you that you can add gasoline to. You can fan the flames, but it's always going to be burning, and you'll just have to sit at and watch it like a campfire, and you just have to be content with it. And I think that's all I want to say in this video. I think separate yourself from what you think and what you feel enough to know that you can't really control that, and you can control how you react to it, but at the end of the day, it's just being aware of what's going on within you and being conscious and having this sense within you that you can feel what's happening in your heart, in your mind. And yeah, that's it. See you in the next video.